She sent me a bill for $500 saying, "You need to pay half my rent even though we broke up. You wasted 2 years of my life." I sent her $1,000. She didn't read the memo line that said severance pay. Her new boyfriend dumped her when he saw the screenshot. I, 28 male, dated Sienna, 26 for 2 years. We broke up 3 weeks ago after I found out she was emotionally preparing to date her coworker Jasper. That's what she called it. Emotionally preparing. Not cheating, because they hadn't kissed yet, just had lunch dates, texted all night, and she'd already told him she was basically single. The breakup was clean. She moved out of my apartment, took her stuff. We said goodbye like adults. I thought we were good. Then yesterday, I got a Venmo request for $500 with a message that made me laugh out loud. "You owe me half of next month's rent. I had to get a new place because of you. 2 years of my life wasted on someone who couldn't commit. That's 24 months of rent I could have been splitting with someone who actually wanted a future. I'm being generous, only asking for 1 month. Let me break this down. She cheated, emotionally prepared. She moved out, and now she wants me to pay her rent? Because I wasted her time?" I stared at that request for maybe 5 minutes. Then I did something that would come back to bite her in ways she never expected. I sent her $1,000. In the memo line, I wrote, "Severance pay for 2 years of employment. No further obligations." She accepted it instantly. Probably didn't even read the memo, just saw double what she asked for and hit accept. 20 minutes later, my phone exploded. "What the hell is wrong with you? Employment? Employment? I was your girlfriend, not your employee. This is disgusting. You're literally the worst person alive. I'm showing everyone what kind of person you really are." I didn't respond, but I did screenshot the Venmo transaction. Her request, my payment, the memo, everything. Because here's what Sienna didn't know. Jasper, her new boyfriend, was friends with my buddy Corey on Instagram. And Corey had already given me a heads up that Jasper was posting stories with her, calling her his upgrade. So when Sienna posted the screenshot on her Instagram story with the caption, "My ex really just called our relationship employment. Trash human," I knew exactly where it would end up. Jasper saw it within an hour. And that's when he realized his upgrade had asked her ex for rent money 3 weeks after they broke up. Update 1. Jasper dumped her immediately. How do I know? Because Sienna sent me 18 voice messages between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. I listened to them over coffee. Here are the highlights. "You knew he would see that. You calculated this. He thinks I'm a gold digger now. I had to explain why I was asking my ex for money. He said any woman who bills her ex for wasted time is a walking red flag. This is your fault. You ruined my relationship. I was happy." Then came the kicker in message 15. "You owe me emotional damages now too. I'm serious. That's $2,000 for therapy I'll need because of what you did." She actually sent another Venmo request. $2,000. Message. "Therapy costs for emotional trauma you caused." I declined it with a message. "Per our severance agreement, no further obligations." She lost it. Called me 31 times in a row. I didn't answer once. But then she did something that made this whole situation go nuclear. She went to my mother. My mom called me laughing. "Jake, honey, why is Sienna at my door crying about severance pay?" "She's where?" "On my porch. She drove 2 hours to tell me you're emotionally abusive and treating your relationship like a business transaction." "Mom, she literally sent me a bill for dating her." "I know, sweetie. She showed me. She seems to think I'll take her side because of woman solidarity or something." My mom, bless her, told Sienna that if she wanted to bill people for relationships, she should have gotten a contract up front. Then she asked her to leave before she called the police. But Sienna wasn't done. Not even close. Update 2. Sienna started a spreadsheet. A spreadsheet. She emailed it to me with the subject line, "Full invoice for relationship expenses you owe." This woman had itemized everything. Emotional labor, 730 days, 50 day equals $36,500. Cooking services, 200 meals, 25 meal, $5,000. Cleaning services, 104 weeks, 100 a week equals $10,400. Intimacy provision, I'm not even going to repeat what she wrote here. Career support, 20 hours of 150 hours equals $3,000. Social event attendance, 45 events x $200 equals 9,000. Total 78,400. She was dead serious. The email ended with, I accept payment plans. $3,000 a month for 26 months would be acceptable. I forwarded it to my lawyer friend Dennis. He couldn't stop laughing. Please tell me she signed this. Please tell me this counts as documentation of extortion. But wait, it gets better. She CC'd her new roommate Thalia on the email. Why? Because apparently Thalia was a life coach who encouraged this. Thalia had told her to know her worth and demand compensation for unrecognized labor. Thalia even added a comment to the email, this is more than fair, considering the market rate for these services. I replied I already paid severance, per California law. Intimate relationships do not constitute employment. Stop contacting me or I'll consider this harassment. Sienna's response? She posted on LinkedIn. LinkedIn. When you realize your worth after leaving a toxic situation where your labor went uncompensated for years. Women, invoice your exes. Know your worth emotional labor freelance. She tagged her company. Her boss called her into HR that afternoon. Update 3. Lost her job. Not for the LinkedIn post exactly, but because HR investigated and found she'd been using company time and resources to create her invoice. She'd printed the spreadsheet at work, used company email to send it, and had been working on it during office hours. She blamed me, naturally. Sent me a text. I'm unemployed because of you. You now owe me lost wages too. That's $5,000 a month until I find new employment. I didn't respond, but I did forward that text to Dennis, who is now officially my lawyer because Sienna had sent a formal demand letter through some sketchy online legal service. The legal letter demanded $78,400 plus additional damages, totaling $100,000. Dennis responded with a cease and desist, plus a counterclaim for harassment. He also pointed out that her invoice included charges for illegal services in our state. But here's where Sienna really messed up. She started contacting my coworkers on LinkedIn, telling them I was a financial abuser who refused to pay for services rendered. My coworker Heather was the first to forward me the message. Hey, is your ex okay? She just sent me a really weird message about you owing her money for cooking? Then Trevor. Bro, Sienna just tried to connect with me to discuss your financial obligations to her. What is happening? Then my boss, Jake, we need to discuss this woman contacting our employees about your personal matters. I had to show my boss everything. The original rent request, the spreadsheet, the legal threats. He was stunned. She invoiced you for dating her? Yes. And she's now harassing our staff? Apparently. We're blocking her from all company channels. If she shows up here, we're calling security. Guess what? She showed up. Security had to escort her out after she tried to leave printed invoices at reception for me. She made a scene, screaming about how I was hiding behind corporate power structures and perpetuating financial abuse. Someone filmed it. It ended up on the local Reddit with the title, Woman tries to serve invoice to ex-boyfriend at his job, claims dating her was billable hours. The comments were brutal. Imagine billing someone for a relationship you chose to be in. She really said, I'm not a gold digger, I'm a service provider. This is why we need relationship prenups. $50 a day for emotional labor? In this economy? Update 4, Sienna's family got involved. Her dad called me. Richard was always a reasonable guy, so I answered. Jake, what the hell is happening? Sienna says you owe her $100,000. Richard, she sent me a bill for dating her. I paid her off as a joke. She escalated it to this. She showed me a spreadsheet. Did she show you the part where she charged me for intimacy? Long pause. She, what? Check page 3, line item 47. I heard papers rustling. Then, Jesus Christ, Sienna, get in here. I heard muffled yelling. Then Richard came back. Jake, I'm sorry. I don't know what this is. We'll handle it. But Sienna's mom Yvonne had different ideas. She called an hour later. You traumatized my daughter. A real man would pay. Pay for what, Yvonne? For wasting her prime years. She was 24, 26. Those aren't even her prime years. She could have been married by now. To who? The guy she emotionally cheated with, who dumped her when he found out she bills her exes? She hung up. But then the family group dynamics got interesting. Sienna's brother Miles reached out. Dude, I'm sorry about my sister. She's always been like this. Remember when she invoiced our cousin for babysitting at a family reunion? Yeah, this tracks. She invoiced family? She invoiced our grandmother for elderly care after driving her to one doctor's appointment. Wow. Yeah, BW, she's now telling everyone you're abusive. Might want to watch out. He was right. Sienna had started a full campaign. She created a TikTok about financial abuse in relationships where she claimed I had extracted free labor from her for 2 years and then humiliated her when she asked for compensation. It got 50K views before TikTok took it down for harassment and bullying after I reported it with evidence. She made another one. That got removed too. She made a third from a different account. Also removed. Each time she got more unhinged, claiming there was a conspiracy to silence victims of financial abuse. Then Jasper, her ex-new boyfriend, did something unexpected. He commented publicly on one of her posts, "You literally asked me to pay for your groceries on our first date because your ex owed you back pay." Red flag museum. The comment went viral before she could delete it. Final update. It's been a month since this started. Here's where everyone ended up. Sienna tried one last move. She filed a small claims case for $10,000, the maximum in our state. She actually showed up to court with her spreadsheet printed and bound like a real document. The judge had questions. "Miss Peterson, are you claiming you were employed by Mr. Davies?" "No, but I provided services." "Were these services requested?" "They were expected in a relationship." "Expected by whom?" "By society, by him, by the nature of dating." "Did you have a written or verbal contract for these services?" "Relationships are implicit contracts." "Miss Peterson, did you also receive benefits from this relationship? Did Mr. Davies pay for dates, gifts, trips?" "That's different." "How?" "Because..." She couldn't answer. The judge dismissed the case and warned her that any further harassment could result in a restraining order. Outside the courthouse, she broke down. Not sad tears, angry tears. She screamed that the system was rigged against women and that I had stolen years of her life. Her mom was there and tried to comfort her. "Sweetie, maybe we should go home." "I'm not giving up. He owes me." That's when her dad stepped in. "Sienna, enough. You're embarrassing yourself and our family. This man owes you nothing. You're acting entitled and honestly a bit deranged. We're getting you therapy." "I don't need therapy. I need my money. You need help." They literally had to drag her to the car. But here's the real kicker. Remember Thalia, the roommate life coach, who encouraged all this? She sent me a DM. "Hey, I'm actually writing a book about modern relationships and fair compensation. Would you be willing to be interviewed about your experience with relationship invoicing? I can pay you $500 for your time." I replied, "So you want to pay me to talk about my ex trying to charge me for dating her after you encouraged her to do it? It would be great content." "No. I'll go up to $750. Still no. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to share your side." I blocked her. Last I heard through the grapevine, Sienna is living with her parents. Still unemployed. Turns out going viral for invoicing your ex doesn't help job prospects. Started a blog called Women's Worth Workshop about getting compensated for emotional labor. Has 12 subscribers, mostly her family. Is dating someone new who she met at therapy. Her therapist is concerned. Already asked him to Venmo her for consultation services after giving him career advice. The new guy's friend warned him he's still dating her, but refuses to share any financial information with her. Smart man. As for me, still have my job. Boss actually gave me a raise for handling a difficult situation professionally. Dating someone new. Luna from my book club, who laughed for 10 minutes when I told her this story. Kept all the documentation in case she tries anything again. That $1,000 severance payment? Worth every penny for the entertainment value. The best part? Last week, Sienna's grandmother called me. This 82-year-old woman said, "Jake, dear, I heard what my granddaughter did. I'm mortified. Did she really try to charge you for cooking? Because I've eaten her cooking. And honey, she should be paying you damages." Even her grandma knows she's entitled. To anyone in a similar situation, when someone shows you who they are, believe them. And when they send you an invoice for dating them, pay it off as severance and watch them reveal their true nature to everyone. Oh, and Sienna, if you're reading this, Miles said you've been stalking my Reddit. That spreadsheet you made? Your formulas were wrong. You calculated 730 days of emotional labor, but we only dated for 709 days. Even your invoicing is incompetent. Also, intimacy provision isn't a thing. That's just called dating. Edit, I have all the receipts, literally. Edit 2, her brother Miles messaged me. She's now trying to invoice him for sibling support services from their childhood. The family is considering an intervention. Edit 3. Jasper reached out to apologize for his part in the drama. We actually grabbed a beer. He's a decent guy who dodged a bullet. He said the first red flag should have been when she Venmo'd him requests during their dates for half the emotional energy she was expending. Edit 4. The life coach, Thalia? She got evicted because she tried to pay rent with exposure from her upcoming book. Sienna is now looking for a new roommate. She's requesting first month, last month, security deposit, and an emotional labor fund up front. The listing has been up for 3 weeks with 0 inquiries.